Welcome to another Baka commentary. In this video, I'll be hopefully saving you time by summarizing AMD launch stuff that they launched via whatever press and whatever presentation if they ever decide to do one, and as Nvidia. So, first off, what did Nvidia bullshit launch? So, Nvidia spent most of the time bullshit talking about how great their AI ecosystem is and how it creates all this AI factory and the magical CUDA ecosystem that pretty much every AI bubble is fully powered by the Nvidia AI factory and the CUDA ecosystem. However, they then went outright trying to be like, hey man, we also, all this AI factory and Nvidia CUDA ecosystem could be all done with the new Nvidia RTX Spark laptop. Which, again, Nvidia's like, this is going to basically be like, instead of now using the cloud, you can now, with this Spark laptop, run all that locally or more LLMs, and the example they gave it was, security face recognition. You clearly don't need a massive fat ass data center to do that. I think a Spark X, again, cool, Nvidia. I guess the security guys just lost their jobs because, this was a thing that a human being would have been doing. Anyway, in my opinion, this Nvidia Spark X is really more closer to a workstation / professional and a really enthusiast thing, where the Spark X laptop, yes, it runs Windows, but it's running Windows on ARM, and there's a reason why Nvidia, you're probably aware of this, if you're being a viewer of this channel, Nvidia has been delaying this Spark Windows laptop for a very long time. So, I think for this generation, until Nvidia has proven that we can actually do more stuff with this very likely $3,000 US plus AI first Windows laptop, I think most people should stay away from the Nvidia Spark laptop and just go, if you are really gaming, go buy a gaming laptop. RTX 5060, 5070, 12GB, and 57 Ti laptops. And yeah. However, here is the interesting part that I actually found with Nvidia's presentation. They have revealed what is RTX 60 series, that will be Rubin, and then the RTX 70 series, what all the name is, Feynman. RTX 60 series, if Nvidia, according to their roadmap that they have shown on presentation and to the press, and be like, this is gonna be on market 2027 and 2028. And then the RTX 7 series Feynman will be the follow-up on the 2029 and 2030. This is all my summary for the Nvidia presentation. And now, on to the AMD presentation. So, what did AMD do? They finally went and brought back some old AM4 CPU, the best gaming CPU on the AM4 platform, the R7-5800X3D, as well as on the AM5 platform. They finally went, okay, DIYs, you want the 8-core 16-thread of the 7800X3D, and you want it a little bit cheaper? Here you go, the R7-770X3D. The way more cheaper CPU on the X3D platform with 8-core 16-thread for your good old AAA title gaming. And what did AMD Radeon launch? the RX 9700 GRE is finally no longer gatekept behind the Great Firewall of China, and it's finally being sold outside of mainland China. And yeah, let's just say the RX 9070 GRE didn't get the warmest welcome from the community, as well, they're selling pretty badly, and for the reviewers that did get their hands on it, it's like, yeah, this is a great product. Palm, AMD, you done goofed the thing by pricing this damn wrong. And also, like, the last thing that really caught my attention with AMD's press deck and whatever information they had with the presentation, and that was they are finally going to launch a new AGESA that is going to support Expo low latency mode. Yay! More reason for the people that's like, oh, how am I gonna... This means if you're those tinkerers and you are not willing to buy a new set of expensive DDR5 RAM just for these Expo low latency mode, well, here you go. You can now try and tinker with your DDR5 to go 6000 to go even more low latency when these AGESA come out. For the people that don't want to tinker, they are going to be already on Computex 2026. They're already showing there are DDR5 kits that are certified for the latency memory Expo mode via profile, or even some of them are bragging right out of box ready. With you have both the AGESA and these AMD low latency AGESA mode, they are going to be like, yeah, I guess for the people that are like don't want to tinker, unfortunately for the 2026, you will be forced to download the new AGESA for your update for your motherboard and buy a new memory kit that is probably going to cost you a lot of money. But ultimately, did I find the AMD press launch stuff offensive? Not really. It's nothing impressive, nothing too snooze fest. It's kind of unfortunate what happens in 2026, where the AI is all the rage in the world, and the AI bubble, unfortunately, to this day, is still keep getting popped, and hopefully, as always, we eventually start deflating that bubble and we finally have a little bit more affordable hardware instead of keeping and getting out of this hardware rut and stagnation that is in the low, medium, and even premium casual premium market, unless you're willing to be the uber premium market where you're buying the best, gaming product, and then you're getting massive improvement gen over gen every 2 years. It's like basically last generation looks like a damn joke compared to the new generation flag. When you compare the last generation flagship to the new generation flagship. But overall, pretty much overall, as I said, Nvidia at itself really just kind of no longer care about us consumer, regular day, everyday Joe computing needs, and all they really care about is that what makes them most profit, which their shareholders demand them to do, and that is AI. They got to keep this AI bubble, keep it from popping, and try to inflate it, and keep making it as high as possible so that Nvidia shares and profit keep going up and up and up, and keep that recycling money, and if they can't recycle enough AI money, go get the government to spend taxpayer dollars to pump this AI bubble. Keep on going. And also, Nvidia seems to have a plan to try and keep this mining compute boom into the AI bubble boom and into the robotic age, which seems to be what Jensen's plan for Nvidia if this AI bubble gets out of hand and pops. And as well as AMD, on the other hand, they care a little bit more since, well, AMD workstation, since AMD's like data center stuff, they share, for the CPU side at least, they share the same silicon as us consumer silicon. So basically, yeah, I guess we are still getting some of the drip feeding from the top of the line to the innovation, from the flagship to the bottom. Yay, thank you AMD, but it isn't because AMD is generous and it's like we still care about them. It is pretty much AMD be like, we did this so that it cost us the least amount of money for us, for the AMD side, where basically we can have one design for the CPU side at least, where it's like it works both workstation, AI data centers, and consumer all in one go. And on the GPU front, yeah, AMD's tried by shrinking these, making these beefed up like 9070 GRE 9 standard RX 97 and 97 XT, the smallest die as possible, but unfortunately the VRAM market is what it is, and it's very unfortunate that AMD GPUs are still kind of expensive, and hopefully AMD is able to keep the lid on it and we still get some gaming GPUs, yes, at little bit at less crazy prices anyway. But anyway, that brings the end to another Baka commentary video, and if you like these videos, do the typical like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.